hour together of our 24-hour innovation event. Joe is going to stay with us and talk to us about the Actiontec MyWireless HD kit. So this is for myself included, all of us that hate the wires.
Yes.
We love to mount our televisions on the wall, but there's always tons of cables, those big HDMI cables. And if you want to be able to watch, you know, high definition in every room, you got to have one of those in every room. Not anymore.
Not anymore. This is a wireless way to send your video and audio from wherever your TV is to from your one device to the next. It goes through walls about 150 feet away, and it's such a simple plug-and-play technology. Now, Actiontec is a company that's been around for over 2 decades, bringing amazing technology. Actually, you probably have an Actiontec router in your house right now if you have one from your cable provider or from your satellite provider. But they're all about making it simple, making it wireless, and making it easy to use. And when you pick this thing up, all you do, Carrie, you have 2 different devices on here.
Okay.
One is a transmitter, one is a receiver. You plug one into your device, whether it's a Blu-ray, an Xbox, a laptop, a tablet, whatever has an HDMI port, you plug it in there, then you plug the other one into your TV.
Okay.
Now you're wire-free. And the range on here is 150 feet. Now, right now, we have our 4K Blu-ray from Panasonic that we offered last hour. It's plugged in right here, right in front of us.
Okay.
Only just, you know, I'm a foot away from it. But right now, this is sending a wireless signal to our TV that's 20 feet away. There are no wires other than the one wire from the Blu-ray player to the Actiontec, and now it's sending it wirelessly to our TV. So now I don't have to worry about having cables running around the television. You see, there it is over there. This content all is coming from here, from wirelessly to that one. The little box is right over next to the TV, and this is what your TV experience can be. Because for a lot of us, we buy these televisions, and you want to mount them, or you want to put them somewhere, and you want to get rid of all that clutter. This is the best way to do it, and they're designed to work. They're already automatically paired. So here's your setup right out of the box.
Okay.
You take it out of the box, you plug it in. Give them each one of them power. Then you plug in your HDMI ports. That's it. You're done.
That's it.
It automatically pairs with one another. You don't have to fumble through any remotes or fumble through any instructions at all. And Carrie, if you have an existing remote, like this remote plugs into the 4K DVD player right here, your remote will still function through the device. So it sends the remote controls through here. It is such a genius way to be able to mount your TV, be able to put your TV in a place that you never want. Like in our back room, we actually we have one TV that was that mounted that we ended up using this, and I bought a second pair because you can have multiple pairs, multiple sets of Actiontec in your home. But we actually have another one in our the back side of our house where we just have an armoire. Where typically I've got all these cables that are coming through there. My wife hates it because it's a mess. But now I can get rid of all those cables because I have this one little box, and I can hide it and mount it behind the TV. No one would even know there. This cuts through walls. This goes up and down through floors. It's wirelessly sends the video and the audio from the receiver to the transmitter.
That is so smart. So basically, for every time that we have paid to have a television mounted with the, you have to have somebody come out to your home and run that HDMI cable, you don't have to do that anymore because this does that for you. My question would be, okay, so I only have a DVD player in my living room, but I want to watch a movie in my bedroom.
No problem. As long as you're 150 feet, it'll send that signal. You can walk around with your laptop. A lot of us, like we just had that Acer laptop, has an HDMI port. So I can plug in that laptop to the Actiontec, and it'll send everything directly to my TV or wherever you decide to plug this in. It is such an easy way to get out of the professional installation. Like Carrie mentioned, if you want to, a lot of times there are companies that will mount a TV for you, and you end up paying $700, $800, $900 for the mount, for the TV, for the cable, and everything else, and then they're drilling holes through your wall, and that really becomes permanent. You know, what happens if you ever get out of that apartment, get out of that house, now you have all these holes that you have to fill. Here, everything is completely wireless, and like we mentioned earlier, we're plugged in right now to our 4K TV, and it is sending a wireless signal to the TV that's 15 feet away. Now, this is only 15 feet, but you could go 150 feet. So like you mentioned, you could be in the bedroom, you could be playing on multiple devices, and you could be so far away. It cuts through walls, and this will broadcast a 1080p resolution. So you're getting Blu-ray quality sent from one device to the next. But now it's just going to free you up, because even if you think about, if you need a long extended HDMI cable, if you buy a 20-foot HDMI cable, you could spend $100 just on the cable alone. But then there's so much headache of how do you wire everything and get it through the wall so it looks professional.
Right.
This is the easiest way to do it. Like I mentioned, it's plug and play. You power it up. You plug in your HDMI into your receiver, plug in the HDMI into the transmitter. Carrie, that's it. You're done in less than a couple seconds.
That is so easy. And this is another one of those, I always like to say, because I'm such a big comparison shopper, so I love to see before I buy how much it sells for elsewhere. This is the lowest price in the market. In fact, this normally sells for $199.95. We've taken $30 off for you today. It's just for our show this morning with only 200 of these left. But all of us, we hate the clutter. We hate the wires. I dislike buying the expensive HDMI cables.
Right.
I dislike paying somebody to have to run that through the wall. Now you don't have to do that anymore. It's such a brilliant solution.
Everything is included that you need. So these are the two devices, and one is a receiver. So this is what you're going to connect to the television. The other one is the transmitter, and this is where you're going to plug in your device, whether it's an Xbox, whether it's a Blu-ray, whether it's a computer, whatever you want to send to your TV. You now just plug it into the back of this, and that's it. We're also going to include extra HDMI cables, so you can plug it into your television. You can plug it in to whatever other devices. These are the two AC powers, and this is really all you have to do. You just power it into the wall, and that's it. And Carrie, these cables right here, these are infrared receivers. So if you want to tuck your Actiontec behind the television, so the only thing that's poking out is that little receiver right there.
Oh, you can do that.
Now it even makes it more clean. So you don't even have to have this out on display. So it's really giving you that super clean look without the professional installation. Because typically to mount a television to a wall, what do you need to do? You have to drill these holes that you have to run these cables through. Who knows what's in the walls, if you're going to even be able to get the cables through there. So what do you end up doing? You don't mount the wall, you don't mount the TV at all. Or for some of us, you have a television in a newer home, and that's what they're doing. They want you to mount the TV up there, but you end up spending up to $1,000 to get to somebody professionally do the installation. Here it's so simple. They automatically pair with one another. When you get these out of the box, there's no pairing. Like typically when you get a device, you have to hit the Bluetooth and do the pairing and go back and forth and hope you have it. Right out of the box, they're meant to work with one another. It's an automatic pairing feature, so you just give it some power and they're going to sync up. Now we also get multiple kits if you want to. So if you have multiple Actiontecs in your house, they're not going to interfere with one another. It's going to send that Blu-ray quality video. It's going to send that high definition audio from one to the next, giving that ultra clean look that you've always been wanting.
Oh, so smart. Yeah, it really does get rid of all those big, bulky HDMI cables. And the favorite thing that I have to say is that it's so easy. So you just take it out of the box, and you plug each part in, and you're good to go. You
plug it in, that's it. I'll tip this one for us, just so you can see the back. So you have your power, so you give power to each one of the units that we have.
Okay.
And then there's your HDMI. It tells you there's the output. So this is the ones you plug into the TV. So this is just going to sit behind the television, and it's going to receive that signal. This is the transmitter that you have, and you give it a little bit of power, and then you plug into your HDMI inputs. And that's all you have to do, Carrie, and then it automatically going to pair up. You don't have to touch any buttons. You just plug in the ports, plug in the HDMI cable, plug in the power port, turn it on, and that is it. It's automatic for you. And again, when you look at how simple this is, there's no interference. There are a lot of wireless devices that are out there that if you're in a metal building, if you're near your kitchen, if you're near the ductwork, that's just going to kill your wireless signal. I mean, how many dead zones do you have in your house that you can't even take your laptop because you lose Wi-Fi?
Right.
Actiontec has been doing this for over 2 decades. They've really mastered Wi-Fi signal. There is going to be zero interference for up to 150 feet. That's how strong this thing is. So right now, we have this amazing 4K Blu-ray player plugged in to our Actiontec, 15 feet away, zero interference. Like the HSN studio, it's all metal, and typically there's a lot of interference. And we have it plugged in right here, but 15 feet away, we have the receiver plugged in plugs into the television.
Yeah.
And Carrie, it works. I mean, you can move it around if you want to. You don't have to worry about it. It's got that great response to it. It's super fast and it's super easy to set up. All you do is you just plug it in, turn it on, and you're ready to go.
Wow, it couldn't be any easier. And this is hands down the best value that you will find anywhere on this. We've taken a full $30 off. It's not going to air again throughout the day because it is incredibly limited. And we've also got 4 flexible payments on this. So everybody on any major charge card gets to get this home. You're paying it off over 4 months at $42.49. Your shipping and handling is even free. What are you getting rid of? The big, bulky, unsightly HDMI cables that we try to hide, or we pay somebody hundreds of dollars to come and run that through our walls. But this, for me, again, I have a television with a DVD player in the living room. Bedroom is it within 150 feet of the living room. I don't have a DVD player in there. This is such a better solution.
It's anything you want to plug in there, whether it's a computer, whether it's a DVD, whether it's an Xbox. You know, a lot of us have tablets that have HDMI ports. That'll plug in here as well. But how many of us have our TV sitting up on a shelf, and you might, where it should be, the cables should be through the wall, but they're not. They come out of the side, and you kind of have them tucked around the corners. You still see the cable, and you're like, I wish I could get rid of that. But you don't want to spend $1,000 for somebody to come out, drill holes in your wall, and do it. This is the best solution for you, and this is the first time we've ever had it here at HSN. It is such a simple solution, and you can see that when you plug this thing in, you take it out of the box, it gets rid of all those wires, all those cables, give you that professional look, but just costing you barely a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, and again, you're paying that off over 4 months at $42.49. So even better yet, you will only see this morning. This is your one opportunity to get this one home. Your item number is 423096. Final quantity, and with everybody in the ordering process, we've only got about 150 of these left to go.